Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English Podcast. I'm Adam.
And I'm Sarah. It's great to be here with you all today. We're super excited about today's topic, Adam.
Me too, Sarah. This is a topic that so many English learners struggle with, and we're going to reveal a secret that can truly change the way you learn. Before we dive in, if you're enjoying our content, please remember to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our tips. It really helps us bring more great content to you.
Absolutely. Your support means the world to us. So, Adam, what's the big secret we're talking about today?
Well, Sarah, today we're talking about learning English without translating. It's a common habit, almost second nature for many, but it can actually slow down your progress a lot. We're going to share how to stop doing it and why it's so important.
That's a powerful statement, Adam. Slows down your progress. Can you explain why translating from your native language, say Portuguese, to English or vice versa, is actually a problem? It feels so natural to do, especially when you're just starting.
It does feel natural, Sarah, because it's how many of us were taught, right? We learn a new English word, and the first thing we do is find its equivalent in our own language. The problem is this creates an extra step in your brain.
An extra step. So instead of directly connecting the English word to what it means, our brain first goes to the Portuguese word.
Exactly. It's like a detour. Imagine you want to go from point A to point B. If you translate, you're going from point A to point C, your native language, and then to point B, the English meaning. It's not direct, is it?
Aha, I get it. So when we try to speak, we're actually thinking in Portuguese, translating to English, and then speaking. That explains why conversations can feel so slow and awkward sometimes.
Precisely. You might hesitate a lot, searching for words, and that makes you feel less confident. And it's not just about speed, Sarah. It also stops you from truly thinking in English.
Oh, that's a big one. English has its own way of saying things, its own little quirks. If I'm always translating, I'm just forcing Portuguese ideas into English words.
You got it. And that doesn't always fit. You might even miss the real meaning of some phrases or idioms because you're looking for a direct translation that just doesn't exist. It limits your understanding of the whole language.
Yeah, like trying to understand a new recipe by constantly comparing it to one from home. You miss the unique flavor.
That's a perfect analogy, Sarah. To truly cook well in English, you need to follow its instructions directly.
So, Adam, how can we tell the difference between understanding something and translating it? Sometimes it feels like they're the same thing in my head.
That's a super important question, Sarah. Let's think about it this way. When you understand something in Portuguese, do you translate it into another language in your head?
No, I just get it, you know? The meaning is right there.
Exactly. And that's what we want for English. Understanding in English means connecting the English word or phrase directly to the concept, image, feeling, or action it represents without thinking of your native language. So if I see the word tree, I should instantly picture a tree, not the Portuguese word for tree, right?
Uh-huh, exactly. Or if you hear, I'm hungry, you should feel that hungry feeling or think of eating, instead of mentally saying it. It's about building a direct link between the English sound or word and the real thing it describes.
Okay, so translating is that extra mental step where my brain actively converts English into Portuguese, and that uses up brain power that I could be using to actually communicate.
Precisely. When you understand without translating, your brain works much faster and more efficiently. You become more fluent because your thoughts are flowing directly in English, no jumping between languages. It's about building a brand new direct mental pathway.
So the big secret, the game changer, is thinking in English. But Adam, for beginners, that sounds really hard. How do we even start to do that?
It does sound challenging, Sarah, but it's totally doable. This is how fluent speakers operate, and it's a skill you can learn bit by bit. It's not about suddenly being able to write a whole essay in your head. It starts with small, simple steps.
What's a good first step? Something easy to try.
A great first step is to narrate your daily activities in your head in English. For example, when you wake up, instead of thinking "eu acordé," just think "I woke up."
Oh, I see. Like if I'm making coffee, I can think, I am making coffee.
Yes, and when you look out the window, describe what you see. The sky is blue. There are many cars on the street. It's like having a little internal conversation with yourself, but in English.
That's interesting. So even if it's just really simple sentences at first, that's okay.
Absolutely. Start simple. Don't worry about being perfect. The main goal is to get your brain used to forming thoughts directly in English. It might feel a bit slow or strange at first, but with practice, it becomes much more natural.
And what about labeling things, like looking at an object and thinking its English name?
Yes, that's another fantastic technique. Look at an object, say table, and connect the image of the table directly with the English word table. Don't even let the Portuguese word come into your mind.
Should I say it out loud or just in my head?
Both work. Saying it out loud can actually help reinforce that connection. And it's not just for things, Sarah. Think about actions, feelings, and descriptions. The coffee is hot. I feel tired. This chair is comfortable. The more you do this, the more those direct connections form.
It sounds like we're building a whole new way of connecting words and ideas directly in English. That's pretty cool.
It really is. And the best part is, you can do this anywhere, anytime, while you're cooking, walking, waiting for the bus. All these moments are chances to practice thinking in English. It's about gently immersing your mind even when you're not formally studying.
Okay, so we know why we shouldn't translate and what the secret is. Now let's talk about some really practical techniques to stop translating. These are tips our listeners can try right away.
Perfect, Adam. Let's give them some actionable steps.
You mentioned this earlier, Sarah, seeing a tree and just picturing the tree, not the Portuguese word.
Yes, exactly. When you learn new words, try to link the English word directly to an image, a feeling, or an action. Don't use your native language translation. Flashcards with pictures are great for this.
Uh-huh. And when reading, try to understand the meaning from the other words around it, the context, instead of immediately looking it up.
Absolutely. Your brain is really good at guessing meanings from context. This makes your ability to understand directly in English much stronger. For example, if you read, "The man wore a fedora on his head," you might not know what a fedora is, but "on his head" tells you it's some kind of hat. You don't need a translation to get the general idea.
So instead of finding a translation in our native language, we should find an English definition for a new word.
Yes, that's it. Try to find a simple English definition, maybe from a beginner's dictionary. Even better, try to explain it yourself in simple English. For delicious, instead of thinking of a word in your native tongue, think very good to eat.
That sounds challenging, but it really forces your brain to stay in English.
It does, and it makes a huge difference in the long run. This is where our internal monologue comes in again, right?
Yep, start small. Describe your actions, what's around you, your feelings. I am walking. The sun is shining. I feel happy. Don't worry about complex sentences just yet. Focus on simple, correct sentences. The more you do it, the more natural it feels.
I can try thinking about my plans for the day in English too, like first I will make coffee, then I will go to work.
Exactly. And when you're about to say something, try to form the thought in English first, even if it's just a few words.
This is a classic tip, but it's super important for stopping translation.
It really is. Surround yourself with English. Watch movies and TV shows with English subtitles first, then only English, and eventually no subtitles. Listen to English music and podcasts. Try reading books in English, starting with easier ones.
So don't just consume English, but actively try to understand it in English.
Precisely. Every time you hear a new phrase, try to understand its meaning from the conversation or story instead of immediately translating it. The more English you get, the more your brain gets used to its natural patterns without needing to translate.
What does this mean, Adam? Instead of linking an English word to your native language word, link it to other English words that mean something similar or the opposite.
Ah, so for hot, I could think warm or cold.
Exactly. Or for happy, think joyful or sad. This builds a strong network of English words in your brain rather than separate connections to your native language. You're building your own English-only dictionary inside your head.
This is interesting. So if I'm feeling tired, I should just think tired directly.
Yes, just recognize the feeling and name it in English. Tired. Don't go through the intermediate step of your first language. This helps train your brain to directly link your emotions to English words. It's powerful.
Sarah, these techniques are great. It makes me think about how children learn their first language. They don't translate, do they? They just learn directly.
That's a brilliant observation, Adam, and it's absolutely key to understanding this. Think about a baby. They don't know any language yet. When they hear mama, they associate that sound directly with the person or with a feeling of comfort. They don't have a translation device built in.
No, they learn by experiencing the world and hearing the words. The word just is the thing.
Exactly. They learn through immersion, context, and repetition. They hear words linked to objects, actions, and feelings. When they hear ball, they see a ball. They touch a ball. They play a ball. The word ball becomes directly linked to the object and the action. They don't think, oh, this round thing is called bola in my native language, and in English it's ball. They just learn ball.
So for us adults, it's about trying to recreate that natural learning environment as much as we can.
Precisely. As adults, we have the advantage of knowing a language already, but that can also be a disadvantage if we rely on it too much. We need to consciously train our brains to make those direct connections, just like a child does.
And that means being okay with not knowing the perfect translation for every single word. Sometimes just getting the general idea.
Yes, sometimes understanding the main idea is enough to keep going, and the exact meaning will become clearer with more exposure. Children are fearless learners in so many ways.
They really are, and we can definitely learn from them. Be curious, be open, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's it. The goal isn't instant perfection, but gradual, natural learning. All right, Sarah, we've shared so much good stuff today. Now it's time for a practical challenge for our amazing listeners.
Oh, I love a good challenge. What do you have in mind this time, Adam?
For the next 7 days, I want everyone to try this for just 10 minutes every day. Practice thinking in English. You can choose any time, but try to be consistent.
So just 10 minutes a day, no translating at all, just an internal monologue in English. That sounds very doable.
Exactly. Here are some ideas to get you started. While you're getting ready in the morning, describe your actions. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm putting on my shirt. It's blue. During your commute, look around and describe what you see. There's a red car. The sky is cloudy. People are waiting for the bus. While doing a simple task like washing dishes, the water is warm. I am washing a plate. It's clean now. The key is to start small and just keep at it.
Right, and not to worry if you accidentally translate.
Yes, just gently bring your mind back to thinking in English. Don't worry about perfection, just consistency.
And after those 7 days, we really encourage you to think about it. Did you notice any difference? Did it get a little easier? We'd love to hear how it went for you. Share your experiences in the comments section below.
Adam, this has been such an enlightening episode. The idea of learning English without translating truly feels like unlocking a whole new level of fluency.
It really is, Sarah. It's not just about speaking faster. It's about truly connecting with the language on a deeper level. Imagine English flowing naturally from your thoughts without that constant need to pause and translate. That's the freedom this approach offers. And it's something everyone can achieve, even if you're just starting out. It all begins with those small, consistent steps.
Absolutely. Remember, every time you try to think in English, even for a few seconds, you are training your brain. You are building those direct pathways.
Don't be afraid of the challenge, embrace it. This is your secret weapon to becoming more fluent and confident. It might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, like anything new, but persist. The rewards are huge. You'll understand more, you'll speak more naturally, and you'll truly feel English becoming a part of you.
So, take that leap of faith. Trust the process. Stop translating. Start thinking in English, and watch your fluency soar. You have the power to change how you learn right here, right now. Believe in yourself. Well, that's all for today's episode of Speak English Podcast. We really hope this conversation has given you some powerful insights and practical tips to help you learn English more effectively. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Remember, if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please give us a big thumbs up. Share this video with anyone who is learning English, and most importantly, subscribe to Speak English Podcast. And don't forget to leave a comment below telling us what you thought about the challenge, or any other thoughts on learning English without translating. We love reading your feedback and connecting with you all. See you next time, everyone. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep thinking in English. Bye for now.